Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. How do you know that you are ready for the plan God has for you? How does God prepare you for what He needs you to do? Today we're exploring the 7 tests of faith God uses in our lives before using us for His greater purpose. These tests are not just challenges, but opportunities for growth and deeper understanding of God's purpose. How we respond to these tests will determine if we are ready to enact God's plans in the world. These tests also glorify God and ensure our focus on His will rather than our own. So if you're ready, let's begin. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Test of faithfulness. The test of faithfulness checks your consistency and dedication during challenging times. Daniel's unwavering commitment to prayer, despite the lion's den threat. Daniel 6:10. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's refusal to bow to an idol. Daniel 3:16-18. And Ruth's loyalty to Naomi, leading to her place in Jesus' lineage. Ruth 1:16-17. All of these exemplify this test. When you remain steadfast in faith, regardless of the circumstances, it shows God your unwavering loyalty to Him. That unwavering loyalty shows that you are ready to do whatever He asks. Test of service. The test of service evaluates our humility and willingness to serve others. When you find yourself in positions of serving without recognition, consider it a divine test. This test teaches the value of service over accolades. For instance, Moses, once an Egyptian prince, humbly served as a shepherd in Midian, Exodus 3:1. Similarly, David, before he was crowned king, devotedly tended to his father's sheep, 1 Samuel 17:34-35. And Elisha, before becoming a great prophet, began as Elijah's diligent assistant, 1 Kings 19:21. Passing this test demonstrates to God your humility and readiness to serve His purpose beyond your own. Test of blessings. This test is about how you handle prosperity and abundance. As you receive God's blessings, do you struggle with pride and sin or maintain your character? Solomon's wisdom and wealth led to his later struggles with idolatry. 1 Kings 3:12-11-1-4. Hezekiah, blessed abundantly, grappled with pride. 2 Chronicles 32:25. Saul, anointed by God, faltered due to disobedience. 1 Samuel 15:17-19. This test teaches us to manage God's gifts responsibly, demonstrating to Him that blessings won't corrupt our character or faith. Test of hiddenness. The test of hiddenness involves periods of obscurity and preparation. Feeling overlooked or underappreciated. You might be undergoing this test. It's about trusting God's timing and process. If you can remain hidden when God wants instead of seeking praise, you are someone who God can count on when the time is right. Moses spent 40 years in the desert, away from the limelight, before he led the Israelites to freedom, Acts 7:30. Elijah was sustained and hidden by the brook Cherith during a famine, 1 Kings 17:3-4. Even Jesus Christ lived in relative obscurity until His public ministry began, Luke 3:23. Passing this test shows your faith in God's plan, regardless of public visibility. Test of discouragement. In the test of discouragement, we face setbacks and emotional challenges. It's a phase where resilience is tested and built. There will be setbacks and disappointment ahead of you in God's plan. Can you accept them without letting them defeat you? Elijah experienced deep loneliness and despair while fleeing from Jezebel, 1 Kings 19:10. Jeremiah, feeling unheeded and dejected, cursed the day of his birth, Jeremiah 20:14-18. Paul, despite his fervent ministry, encountered numerous trials and distress, 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. Overcoming this test proves to God your perseverance and trust in His sovereignty amid trials. Test of jealousy. The test of jealousy involves dealing with envy, whether from within or from others. If you find yourself thinking that your circumstances aren't fair, remember that God wants you to be the best you can in any circumstance. Remember the examples from the Bible. Cain's jealousy led to Abel's murder, Genesis 4:4-8. Saul's envy of David resulted in multiple attempts on David's life, 1 Samuel 18:8-9. The sibling rivalry between Rachel and Leah over Jacob brought strife, Genesis 31. This test is about maintaining integrity and love in the face of jealousy, showing God our ability to rise above pettiness and bitterness. Test of faith. Lastly, the test of faith is about trusting God's plan, especially when it seems unclear. This is the ultimate requirement for following God's will. Abraham's faith was tested when asked to sacrifice Isaac, Genesis 22:1-2. Job maintained his faith despite severe losses, Job 1:20-22. Peter briefly walked on water, illustrating both faith and doubt, Matthew 14:29-31. Passing this test signifies to God our unshakable trust in His promises, regardless of our current understanding. Each test is a step closer to spiritual maturity and understanding God's will for our lives. Remember, these tests aren't punishments, but lessons in faith, character, and trust in God. As you pass each test, you will be closer and closer to God, revealing His plan for your life. You can do it. Live righteously and love your neighbors. Keep the love of God in your heart and trust that everything is in His plan. If you liked this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, friends.